Hi guys, welcome to another beer review, and today we've got a little bit more German brewing action. Well, it's not just Germany, because we've got Germany, Austria and America in a
Freeway collaboration.
and today we are looking at a bottle of the Pothead's Delight, which is a hazy dank IPA with Methode Traditionelle Barley Legal. Not too sure what that is. Probably should have looked that up before I got into this beer review. But of course, it's a collaboration between the wonderful Sebastian from Freigeist Bierkultur with Bierol and RAR Brewing out of America. And yeah, so it's a hazy IPA in the New England style, I believe. And set for just the lighting. This is clocking in at 7.4% ABV and in a 750ml sort of wine bottle, cork and caged. So yeah, I picked this up actually directly from Sebastian when I was at the Regensburg Craft Beer Festival. And yeah, he had some really interesting beers, a couple of classics of his, and then a couple which I think are adapted from some of his collaborations or something along those lines. I got to talk to him for a little while. Always fascinated about Sebastian because he travels the world. He brews in some of the, obviously the hype places, but he goes off the beaten track, to put it mildly, and just comes up with some really intriguing stuff. And because he's so experimental by nature, I've found, and really quite prolific. You know, not all of the beers are gonna be winners, but it's never because of lack of knowledge or brewing faults. It's always because, oh, that's probably just a little bit too intriguing as a concept for my palate, that sort of thing. But I've never had a bad beer when I've drank something from Sebastian. So yeah, one of the pioneers, I'd say, of the German craft beer movement. And yeah, it was great to see him at the festival once again. And he's got some really intriguing ideas and concepts and adventures coming up in the next couple of years. So look out for that. And you do see some of his beers appear here in the UK. It would be awesome if you could get some collaborations with some of the like hype beast UK breweries. Yeah, chances are you're gonna have a unique experience with a Freigeist Bierkultur beer. Just about to join on a chat with a couple of people. And
nearly shot a hole in my roof.
And I'm covered in beer because that fucking blew up. Which
A few moments later.
So we have something of a gusher, as you saw, and just after that happened, I find out that I've run out of space on my iPhone. So off to a fantastic start, but Jesus Christ, that had some power to it. And surprisingly, didn't lose that much beer after the initial gushing. But yeah, that's been like sat in my fridge for about a week now, just trying to get it settled because I didn't want to open it straight away because it had just been on a flight. But yeah, I was not expecting that sheer force from that fucking shit myself. But yeah, anyway, let's see if we can get a glass of this. I'm sure we will. But yeah, Greg's beer reviews, I don't think we'll be impressed with that. But bloody hell, that caught me by surprise. So, as you can see, a really quite active beer. Some could say overcarbed. Probably could have actually done with a little longer in the bottle. But yeah, it's definitely got the look of a hazy New England style. It's more of a turbid sort of beer, but not that sort of like chicken stock. But yeah, it's got those telltale signs of this sort of more hazy Vermont New England style. And yeah, beer poured with about 3 fingers worth of a mess of a head. But yeah, I'm covered in it. It's all over my crotch. It's freezing cold. but it smells nice. It smells
Wow.
really nice. So anyway, let's see what we get on the nose. And you get those sort of like peachy, yogurty sort of aromas. It's not like in-your-face Tropicana sort of style, but you do get that lovely sort of mellow tropical fruit nose. A little bit of lime. There's that like subtle savoury edge, that oniony, garlicky sort of aroma. Slight resin in there as well. And that yeast is coming out a little bit spicy, which I think is what they've used. That's the traditional, traditionelle metoda. I don't know how I'm pronouncing that, by the way. Metoda traditionelle barley legal. I'm guessing that's what that could be, but it's definitely a little bit more bready and a little bit more spicy than some of the hazier IPAs I've had. But again, it's with Sebastian. It's got that like intriguing little twist to it. And I think the only other gusher that I've had from Sebastian, that sounds terrible, was his paella beer, which that shot everywhere as well when I opened it. But unfortunately, that was back in the days where I was a bit too self-conscious about the reviews, so I deleted that footage. But I'm so glad that I got that on camera. I hope it comes out good. But anyway, it has died down, and yeah, you can't see through that at all. Anyway, looks good. One more sniff. Yeah, it's got those telltale signs of some of these more hazier, danker IPAs. Anyway, cheers guys. Prost. That's very dank. And that is just like pure green oniony garlicky mellowness with a little bit of sweetness in there. You do get that tropical hop in there, but it's not like in your face, oh look at me, mango, peach, papaya, you know, like juice bomb by any stretch. But it is juicy at the same time. It's very citrusy. You're getting a load of sort of lime in there, bit of grapefruit. It is a lovely mellow beer. A little bit bready as well. And quite sessionable for the ABV. But yeah, it's got that sort of like candied sugar vibe to it. So it's reminded of like Haribo Star Mix and Rancho's Fruit Pastel, Tutti Frutti, all these, you know, like sweets. Basically, it's got like a confectionery edge to it. A little bit of bready spiciness. It's got that like marmalade-y aspect in that regard. And it is a lovely fruity IPA. And it's just got these little intricacies and unique aspects to it, which, although it is, you know, it's a hazy IPA, it fits in line with what has become really popular now. But there are characteristics to this beer that just differentiate it, give it a unique twist. And it's a little bit more bready. It's got sort of like pumpernickel flavour on the back end. But yeah, you can see that it's still very active in the bottle. A little bit of a gooseberry tartness in there now as well. I've got a feeling this beer is going to taste a little bit different with every pour, and the more I get towards the bottom of the glass bottle. But I don't want to bore you with this video because it has been a bit of a mess, and Sebastian and the guys also involved in this beer, I do apologise for this mess of a review. But I like that. It's very turbid, it's very dank. It's probably one of the dankest New England style IPAs that I've had in a while. And it's got that sort of West Coast vibe to it, which I do like. And it's, you know, it's got the bitterness of an actual IPA, which is a nice refreshing change. So I'm sure there'll be people who will criticise this beer blindly because, you know, of the fact that the bottle cork shot off. It's a good job I wasn't like aiming it anywhere. But yeah, conditioning, that's probably the biggest critique that I have of the beer, but the beer itself, and thankfully I didn't lose too much of it, is nice. A little bit of an aftertaste that I can't put my finger on. But, yeah, let's just see. Now here we go. Rye malt, hops, hemp seeds, hemp flowers and yeast. Which it does have, a Pothead's Delight. It makes sense. It really does. You do get those aspects in the beer. Of course, I know that now because I've read it, even though, you know, you're going into it thinking, oh, well, it stank.
Yeah, it stank as fuck.
Do you know what I mean? So, of course, it's going to be Pothead. Yeah. Hemp beer. Is that like a strain, then? The Methoda Traditional, or is the barley legal like a strain, or is it just saying that this beer is barley legal? But yeah, conceptually it works very well, and as a beer to enjoy, that is very satisfying. I do like that, and the aftertaste now does sort of remind me of when I was in my early 20s, sat in my mate's car parked literally in front of my own house, with the windows shut, full of smoke, and one day a lorry actually stopped in my tiny little street to buy some weed, which was interesting to say the least. But yeah, it's got those vibes about it now. It really has, and I'm not just saying that by the power of persuasion. It's what it's reminding me of. Blowback much? And that's where that like oniony garlicky sort of flavour comes in. Yeah, that sort of like slightly redeemed itself for the conditioning. So in terms of the rating then, I don't think this is for everyone. And I think if I was to have let that settle even more, maybe the hop character might have died down a little bit. But I'm going to enjoy the rest of that beer. I really am, and I've still got quite a lot left, so I'm not too upset about that. Plus, I got to give, you know, a brewer money directly when I was buying it off him at the festival. And I think it's every euro that I spent is well spent on this one. I think the last one that I had from him was the Baby Schläger, which was the smoked Adam beer he did with, was it Against the Grain, which we drank. I don't remember drinking it, but we did drink it at the Manchester Piss Up, where I made an absolute twat of myself. So yeah, Freigeist Bierkultur and Sebastian, I'll always go back. Whenever I see any of the beers, I'll be like, ooh, interesting. I'll at least read what it is, because I know it's not just going to be, oh.
West Coast Pale Ale. Dry hopped with Citra.
No, it's going to have some weird and wonderful tweak to it, which I do appreciate. So yeah, in terms of a rating then, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. Although amusing at the start, I think it's only fair that points get deducted because of the conditioning of the beer. Maybe a little, well, mind you, yeah, I'd say it's a little bit overcarbed. But that being said, maybe I should have kept hold of it for a little bit longer. I mean, it's got quite the shelf life to it. And although it's a hoppy IPA, I think with that the inclusion of hemp in there, it might not have been too much of a detrimental thing towards the beer. But yeah, I'm starting to like chafe now on my in my thighs. So I'm going to cut this video off here. So yeah, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. One I would definitely try again, and I think I did try it at the festival. I just can't remember. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Thank you to Sebastian for being one of the true champions of German craft beer, and long may it continue. And of course, I've got a few Freigeist related beers on my channel, so those links will be down below, or the playlist I should say. Check out Freigeist, check out Bierol, check out RAR. It's definitely introduced me to a little intriguing American brewery, so I'd be interested to see if we can get hold of any of their beers. And yeah, the artwork itself is just fantastic. Even though I only clicked onto the Pothead aspect of the beer towards the end of the review. I hope you have enjoyed this beer review, and I hope you'll join me next time for another one. So, I need to go get changed, mop up the floor, and then I've got a hangout to make and sit on myself on. see you guys later. And Sebastian, great to catch up with you at the Craft Beer Festival. And until the next time, cheers. See you later, guys.